welcome to At Home with Music. It's such a beautiful day here in North Carolina that I thought I'd come out here on my back deck and record today's video. My dog is out here with me. She'll probably be coming in and out, but you won't see her because she would have to jump up on the table in order to be seen. I'm recording this on September 11th, and we all remember the tragic, unspeakable events of that dark day. And now we're also dealing with the assassination of a well-known public figure, the young conservative activist Charlie Kirk. Now this, obviously, At Home with Music is not a political channel, but when something tragic like this happens, especially the sudden loss of a public figure who carried meaning for so many people, it shakes not just individuals, but entire communities. Grief, fear, and uncertainty, it can feel overwhelming, and words often fall short. Now, like I just said, this is not a political channel, but world events like this, things that we look back on, things that have just happened, it can certainly cause you to think about life in general. It makes me think about what I teach here. What does music have to do with this? Can music play a role in dealing with grief, fear, and uncertainty? Well, I believe that music has a unique role to play. There are a few ways that music can help in these times of tragic news and remembrances and loss. First of all, music gives us a safe place for emotions. I'm sure many of you know that grief is complicated. Sometimes you feel sadness, sometimes anger, sometimes numbness. Now, listening to or playing music allows you to sit with those emotions without having to explain them. Sometimes you just can't explain them. You shouldn't even try. A sorrowful piece can give you permission to weep. A hymn, an anthem, a favorite song can help you feel steady and less alone. Music can help restore a sense of order. Tragedy, it often feels chaotic and senseless. Music, as you know, has rhythm, harmony. Good music has structure. It gives us a kind of anchor. Even something as simple as sitting at your piano or your keyboard and playing chords that you know, or a song that you know, it can remind your body and soul that there is still beauty and balance in the world. In the midst of all these terrible things that are going on, there is still beauty in this world. Music connects us with others. You think of how people sing together at memorials, vigils, religious services. I go to church every Sunday and hear people sing together. A song sung in unison creates solidarity when words of debate and division might only deepen the wounds. In playing music or listening to music, you are joining a long human tradition of turning to music for strength. In some ways, music can be a prayer without words. Playing or hearing a piece of music, it can feel like lifting up what you can't articulate. Music can help release what feels stuck inside, giving voice to grief and longing. Music is a big part of the Bible. I would encourage you, read the book of Psalms, one of the longest books in the Bible, because that particular book, and I know many of you realize this, is essentially the Bible's hymn book, a song book. These are words, the words of God that are meant to be sung. Music, it can bring back hope. You know, there are certain songs that have the power to remind us of resilience. A familiar melody that once gave you joy, it can do it again, even in times of sorrow. Now, it doesn't erase the pain, but it helps you remember that light still exists in the darkness. So if you play the keyboard, and I hope that you do, even if you can only play simply, sit down, let your hands wander through a favorite piece, a favorite song, a favorite hymn, not to perform, but just to breathe. If you listen to music, choose what your heart needs in the moment. Something soothing, maybe, something lamenting, or even something uplifting when you're ready. I've devoted my life to music and to teaching music, and I know well, after decades of experience, that music doesn't solve grief, but it can be our companion through grief, through these dark times of lamenting and loss. Music helps keeps us human when the world feels inhuman. So I've put together a brief list of classical pieces and hymns that often help folks in these kinds of moments. And I'll leave links in the description. Now, you may have some favorite songs, favorite pieces that you know how to play, or that you love to listen to. And they can help you work through times of loss, times of grief. Maybe you're remembering loved ones that you've lost, or you're thinking about the current situations that we're facing in our society today. Things that have just now happened, things that happened decades ago. I believe that music can help provide relief, reassurance, comfort. It can be your companion in dark times. So I just wanted to offer those words of encouragement today. And my hope for you is that you'll have a peaceful day, a day of comfort, and enjoy the beauty that still exists in this world. Anyway, thanks for watching. You can leave a comment if you like, or you can share with the rest of us here on YouTube of a favorite piece that you know that has brought you comfort in dark times. And I'll be sure to respond. Thank you again. I look forward to speaking to you in the next one.